Hey, I'm Brylee, and I'm going to read you a poem. It's called Anna's Friend. My friend is called Anna, spelt with one N. She's no human or animal, lifestyle or trend. She's a part of me no one else can touch. She's all of me, and I love her so much. When I look in the mirror, I hate my reflection. But Anna has promised to help me gain perfection. Counting my calories and exercise regimes, Anna says shall fulfill my dreams. Anna's become stricter, but I'm still in control. I can do this, I know. I can reach my goal. On and off the scale 3 times a day, Anna must know how much I weigh. Today is the day I've reached my target, but Anna is not satisfied, not just yet. It's not enough, she's telling me, and as I look in the mirror, I sadly agree. She scolded me. Stop eating, you fool! Anna has changed, become so cruel. You're fat, she continually screamed in my head, and I listened and obeyed. I wished I was dead. Starving myself, I wanted perfection, but all others saw was a clothed skeleton. Cold, weak, and tired all the time, I was slowly dying. It was a matter of time. A week later, I was in a hospital bed, dehydrated and being tube fed. I collapsed at home. I'd lost control. Anna will now forever haunt my soul. This is a poem I didn't write. Of course, I'm not that good at writing poems, but it is one I used to read a lot. I used to go through being really insecure. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like my body. I didn't think I was pretty. I had a lot of people tell me, oh, yeah, you're kind of on the heavy side. So I listened to them. In the 7th grade, I got a hold of this website called Finspiration. And at first it was advertising fitness, girls that would work out and eat really healthy. But the more in depth you got, the more it was, oh, you don't need to eat that, you don't need to eat that. And so I didn't. For the first 2 or 3 months, I lost like 15 pounds. I would stay awake at night and do jumping jacks or just try and work out, try and burn as many calories as I could. And I never got super skinny. I mean, the lowest I got was 112 pounds, and I was 5'3", so it's whatever. I mean, for my body type, that was pretty little. The notebook I wrote that poem in, I called it my Inspiration Bible. It has quotes just to myself, and I colored them, and as you can see, everything that looked pretty, that's the poem, all of this stuff. This one says, I don't know, mirror, mirror on the wall, I promise to become the skinniest of them all. A lot of it was just super big. You should be skinny because you're ugly and you need to be beautiful. The world's definition of beautiful. So that kind of put a big dent in my relationship. Not that I had a relationship with God before that. You know, I knew who he was and I prayed sometimes, but it was always for really selfish stuff, and I didn't really understand. It wasn't really genuine. It was more of a selfish thing. This one says, when I call on Jesus, all things are possible. And that was before I stopped eating and having issues like that. But then the next page, it talks about not eating. And there's a whole page right here, and it just says skinny the whole way. I was kind of obsessed. My New Year's resolution was get skinny. Well, it was dumb. It was really stupid. So I lived in Alaska and I was doing that, but you know, my family noticed that I didn't want to eat, that I wasn't eating, so I started making myself throw up. I threw up probably at least twice a day. at school, my stepmom would make me eat breakfast, and I'd go in the gym bathroom because nobody would be in there in the morning, and I'd throw up. I'd have a scar on this hand or this hand, whatever one I threw up with that day. And so I ended up having to use a plastic bag so you couldn't see the scar. My hair started falling out a little bit, and my fingers started becoming purple underneath, so I just always have nail polish on them so you couldn't tell. My dad knew I threw up. I'm pretty sure everyone did. They just didn't say anything, except for my mom did threaten to ground me and take away my phone after she found out, and put me in like one of those mental facilities, but I wasn't gonna do that. This lasted for probably two years. Yeah, about 2 years. And and by the way, once you start throwing up, it's more than just being skinny. When you throw up, it lets off enzymes in your brain. So every emotion that I had, I would just it was like getting rid of it. Kind of like when you pray. Now I guess when you pray, if you really trust in God, you can just let those emotions out and let that go. Well, that's how throwing up was for me. So I became addicted to throwing up, and I just eat a whole bunch so I could just throw up a lot. It's pretty gross. So I, because I ate so much, I actually started gaining weight, which made me even more insecure and want to throw up more. It was tough, but yeah. So Sean invited me to church, and I went to winter retreat, and that was, yeah. I actually almost threw up there too. I just got really full because we had lasagna, but I didn't. And I was really proud of myself. And then it was kind of calming down. I kind of got a little bit more self-confidence. I didn't have to do it as much, but I still did it until winter retreat. So, and the theme of winter retreat was Ephesians 4. So that just interested me. I really like that. You know what I'm talking about. It was awesome. Putting off things of the world and putting on God and wearing Him. That's pretty sick. So I just want to read to you. I read on, and it says, this is Ephesians 6, verse 10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Put on the full armor of God, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against the flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against authorities, against people that tell me I'm ugly if I'm not skinny, against the powers of this dark world, throwing up, and against spiritual forces of the evil in heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after everything, you may be able to stand your ground. So that just really spoke to me, and I think God was answering my genuine prayers through that. If I just put Him on and I just wear Him through life, and I pray to Him, that I don't have to look in the mirror and feel insecure anymore. Proverbs 31 talks about women. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So, to a godly man, the inside is more attractive than physical beauty. And of course, physical beauty is important and you should be attracted to them, but that's not what godly men look at first. So that just gives me a lot of satisfaction, and makes me happy to know that, hey, I should be working on my inside and not worrying about what anyone else thinks, because God made me beautiful and He doesn't make mistakes. So I just hope you remember that. Life is never going to be easy, and you're always going to have trials, but God's always going to be there. God made you beautiful too. So good luck wherever life takes you, and just remember that you always have us. We love you, and yeah.